Hey, what's going on everybody? It's Andy back again from the Underground, and today we're taking a look at arguably the best adjustable bench and ecosystem on the market right now, the Freak Athlete ABX weight bench, along with all of its attachments. Just a disclaimer, Freak Athlete did send me these items to review, however they did give me free reign on whatever I want to say about the bench as well as the attachments. And you guys already know I don't take anything that I won't use long term. I'm going to talk about the unboxing process, the quality of the bench, what I mainly use it for, as well as all the attachments along with it. This is going to be a bit longer of a video, so all the timestamps will be in the description down below. If you have any questions, as always, leave them in the comments, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And if you want the too long didn't watch up front, the ABX is a great option for those who are limited in space and want a bench that does it all. The bench itself is loaded with features with the ability to incline, flat bench, make into a short bench, and even have an auto zero gap feature. The attachments are solid and provide a lot of value, and if you're only going to get one of the attachments, get the leg developer with the cable add-on to use with a Vultra or a weight stack. The bench alone without attachments is a great choice, and I even use it with my isolator to brace the pad, and it can stand up and be stowed away when not in use. Getting started with the unboxing process, everything comes in its own box, so the bench comes in one big old box, and each of the attachments have their own individual box. Everything is packaged very well and came undamaged. The shipping cost for the entire set is $97.21. Also be prepared to have a ton of trash ready to be thrown out. The instructions are very clear and well written. Freak Athlete also has an entire video library dedicated to building out and using each of their pieces. It's really easy to follow along and you can find it all on their website. Getting into the quality of the bench, it has a glossy black powder coat called Starlight Black, and it's combined with white railings and an underside plate. However, if you look closer at the bench, you do see some speckles in the black powder coat, kind of like glitter, so that's what they mean by the Starlight Black. You can't see it from afar, but you can when you get close. The same finish applies to all the attachments. The knurl on the handles are decent. The knurl isn't something to run home about, but it provides enough grip and gets the job done. The main times you'll be using the knurled parts of the bench is moving it around, leg extensions, and holding onto the handles for doing lying leg curls. The hand placement for the leg extension is fine for me. Use the seatbelt hack if you want it to be locked down more. I like that the leg developer base is a little bit wider so you can sit down, and it makes it a lot more stable when doing leg exercises. On the guide rails, you'll see laser cut numbers as well as exercise names for each of the attachments. And the only one you don't see is the bicep attachment. For the bicep attachment, you have to play around with what setting works best for you. For me, it's 52 degrees. This is actually the same with the headrest attachment on the bench. It just doesn't have a marked placement, and using the headrest adjustment, you could use it for things like chest supported rows and rear delt flies. Let's talk about the vinyl on the bench. It's a grippy vinyl called True Grip Leather Vinyl, and I feel pretty locked in when I'm using it. It does hold sweat, so if you're sweaty, you're going to see it after you use it. I use a vinyl cleaner for all my benches, and it is fine, and it's held up well. I haven't gotten the dreaded headrest sweat stain on the ABX yet, but I do wipe down my benches pretty frequently. The pads are pretty firm on the bench as well as the attachments. It's more firm than a Prime Fitness bench. I would say it lands in the realm between the Rogue AB2 and the adjustable 3.0 from Rogue. Here's a close-up of the powder coat Starlight Black. You could see there's speckles in it, but you're not going to notice that much looking at the bench from afar. The bench is a mix of different gauges of steel. However, it has held up really well over time. The thicker steel is where, a lot of the base comes from in terms of keeping it stable and all together. And as you can see here, the railings does have the laser cut numbers, and that FA logo is actually a sticker. Next, I want to talk about the uses of the bench. I primarily use this bench for accessory work. However, I have flat benched on it, and I'm showing you this right now. It shines most when using it for accessory movements, in my opinion. The adjustability provides a lot of great uses, and I haven't unlocked everything there is to do on this bench yet. As I was saying earlier, just using it as a standalone bench without any attachments, it's still a really great option. I replaced my Prime adjustable bench with this one because of all the attachments. The height is 17 inches tall, the pad width is a little bit less than 12 inches, and it's built within competition bench specs. Here you'll see me benching 275, and the bench is rock solid and it doesn't compress or move when in use. The ABX is rated for 900 pounds, which is a weird number, but it feels really solid throughout, even when I'm using it in an inclined position and with the attachments. The foldable headrest is also a really solid piece. Even sitting on it and using it for different exercises, probably wouldn't rate the headrest for 900 pounds, but it held up well even when I would sit on it and did some rear delt flies. I've also done some chest supported rows with it, and there's probably enough clearance to use with a barbell for chest supported rows on the headrest. However, I didn't test that yet. I just used dumbbells so far. If you want any additional specs, you can let me know in the comments or check out the link to the ABX in my description. The attachments make this bench a great endgame ecosystem for most people, especially if you're limited on space and can't have a bunch of machines in your gym. All in, and it's going to be about $1,500 shipped, and that's going to include every attachment the ABX has to offer. And they could be making more attachments for all we know. And what is cool is if they made a storage system for all the attachments in the future. Here we're going to go through the dip, bicep, sit-up, and leg developer attachments. And just a quick note, the leg developer here has the cable attachment to use with a weight stack, or in my case, a Voltra. With the foldable headrest, you can make it into a short bench, and it gives you enough space, and it feels good to have this option. But because I didn't have this option before using a short bench, I found myself having to remember that I have the ability to do so because a lot of other benches don't have this feature. And all the benches that do have this feature cost more than the ABX. You get 6 adjustment points with the headrest on the ABX, and the last one being just free falling. Alright, let's get into the dip attachment. The dip attachment is a hollow core tube with rubber grip handles. It's angled evenly on both sides, and it can handle a lot of weight. I probably won't do weighted dips on it unless I have a weighted vest on, only because I don't want to scratch and chip the paint on the bench when I have plates dangling. With all of these attachments, they go into the tube of the same one the dip attachment goes to. You have a pop pin as well as a tightening screw to really lock down whatever attachments you use with this bench. A cool thing you could do with the dip attachment is flip it around and do lying leg raises to hit the core. And if the ABX seat could decline, this would make this exercise a lot more feasible, and it would probably market it. I am 5'8" and I have just enough clearance to do this, but I can't put my legs together due to this seat being in the way. Alright, let's talk about the sit-up attachment next. The sit-up attachment is a little bit different than other sit-up attachments you're going to see. It has a little bit of a raised placement for the roller pads. As you can see here, it sits a little bit high. A lot of other roller attachments you see sit evenly with the bench, and I really like how this one is set up where it is a little bit higher. It reminds me a lot of the ab benches that you see in the commercial gym. And here you can see me setting it up in the right slot, and I am doing some sit-ups here. I do like this movement, however, I wish that the rollers were rubberized instead of having the vinyl finish. That way it'd be easier to get in and out of this attachment because the grip on the vinyl is so grippy, you get caught. Next we have on the list the bicep attachment. I would say this is one of their more premium attachments that they have for the ABX. This and the leg developer, of course. So how this bicep attachment goes onto the ABX, as you can see here, there's this pin as well as another pin that you kind of slide into the ABX tube of the headrest. There's going to be 2 small holes that you can get this attachment hooked onto, and you put the pop pin through. And once you have that locked in, you could use the headrest adjustment to adjust the angle of the preacher pad or bicep attachment. As I was saying earlier, you do need to play around with this setting because everybody's bicep curl preference is going to be a little bit different. Here you can see I'm just doing some bicep curls with the Voltra attachment, and I have it at the lowest setting that you could possibly have the Voltra on a power rack. And I like this angle. I kind of like how my feet are tucked backwards rather than planted on the ground. I really feel the isolation in my biceps with this angle. Again, mine is a 52 angle, and I'm not sure what the headrest angle is, but as you can see here, this is just how it is. And you could use this same pad with something like here. You can see I'm just using a dumbbell to do some preacher curls. You really feel that isolation with using this attachment. And I'm not going to say this attachment is perfect. It's probably going to be based on body type with how this bicep attachment works. Just because, as you can see here, this thing is huge. And there is this opening with the headrest that might not be comfortable for most people. And here I'm just going to flip it around. I'm going to drop these bicep attachment pads down with the pop pin on the side. And I'm going to be sitting down and doing some inclined dumbbell curls. This movement is really nice. I like how big the pads are, so you can have a lot of support with your elbows and even getting your tricep down onto this pad. It's really nice, comfortable position to do bicep curls in. And last but not least, we have the leg developer attachment, and arguably the best attachment that the ABX has to offer. As I was saying earlier, if there was only one attachment that I would get, it would be this one with the cable add-on. Just because the cable add-on adds a whole new layer of consistency when using this for leg extensions and lying leg curls. This attachment comes with leg extension handles as well as the lying leg curl handles that you attach directly onto the ABX. Let's talk about the amount of real estate this thing takes up. So when installing it, you just want to install it into the tube, and then there's a little bit of a knurled screw that goes through the bottom, and you just align it with the ABX and it goes through. You don't have to tighten it completely all the way, but just tighten it enough where it is properly aligned. As I was saying, with just the leg developer, if you're not using it with the cable, it does add a considerable amount of real estate to the ABX, but it's not as much as when you do it with the cable, because with the cable, when you set it up, you don't want to have any slack and you want the cable to be as straight as possible. So how I have the bench angled here, you're going to see it a little bit later where I have to pull out the slack when using it with the cable mode of the leg extensions. You can move the ABX around with the leg developer attached onto it. However, I wouldn't advise it just because it could potentially bend the screw that is attached to the ABX and the leg developer. Setting it up with the cable is relatively easy. It comes in a little kit and then you just put it on the leg developer and you get this cable. You just get it through this pulley right here, and then you put the pop pin through onto the leg developer and bam, it's already set up. As I was saying earlier, the difference between using the cable versus a plate or weight with the leg developer is that when you use something like the Voltra, the weight resistance feels consistent throughout the entire movement. As you can see here, I loaded up only 40 pounds on the Voltra, and it actually feels a lot more difficult and more consistent throughout the entire movement. This also goes the same way when you're doing lying leg curls with this attachment. And as I was saying here, the handles are really well placed for leg extensions as well as lying leg curls. They don't get in the way and they offer enough support when doing either of the exercises. And that's gonna just about do it for this video. If you made it this far, as always, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. Be sure you like and subscribe. Holla back at your boy. Again, a big thank you to Freak Athlete for sending over the ABX and letting me check out all of their attachments. This bench is a weekly driver in my gym, and it's just a great bench. I will see everyone in the next one. Peace.